Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. Welcome back to Valorant News and a load of roster stuff to dive into today. Many changes going on, but also many contract It's Official gifts coming out on the timeline. Which are real, which are bait. It's for you guys to decipher in the comment section below. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting that like button is the best thing you can do to help this channel reach new people. And please consider subscribing as well if you haven't yet already. So many new subs over the last couple of days. Just absolutely love to see it. Let's keep the train going into Christmas and the new year and beyond. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. Firstly, this from Xander, it's official. I think this is actually a legitimate one, not bait, because we believe he's joining version 1 as their in-game leader, as George and Purist talked about in this article just a couple of days ago, completing what is going to be the roster of Xander, Zelsis, Eric Penny, FaZe Whippy, and Amy apparently is what's going to be going on there. But of course, that is the roster at the present time. Things could all still change, but yeah, Xander apparently signing that contract seems relatively official. Couple of other roster changes as well to discuss before we talk about all this kind of, well, the contract stuff that's been going on and well, whether any of it is actually legitimate or not. So FaZe are closing on getting Flyer into their team. We kind of thought maybe he would try out for the main team as he has been, but and then maybe slot into the academy squad or something. But definitely a really, well, talented up-and-coming player that FaZe actually want to bring onto their roster, because right now, like, they pretty much gutted their entire team. Raucus went to coach Sentinels, like Zachary's out of there, and like babybay's still there, Baby J's gone as well. So there's all sorts of questions as to what roster they're going to build going into next year. Corey, of course, has gone to TSM. So Flyer apparently coming into FaZe, that seems to be the decision they're trying to make. And maybe that is the way forward, right? Getting some of these up-and-coming young players that might be a good prospect for their team going into the future. Now, this also, because yesterday we discussed the Bonker and Yassine, formerly of Guild Esports, they're looking to build the rest of their team. That seems to be this one that you guys can see on screen right here. So a potential lineup of, well, the new roster they are potentially going to rebuild. So, well, we shall see on this front, but this is the kind of Salo as the coach that we looked at yesterday. But, well, so much to dive into today. No time to dwell on stuff like this. Firstly, let's discuss this from Gangster, who's, well, formerly of Immortals, apparently going to join the Knights. So, well, this is, of course, rumors right now, nothing yet confirmed. That's the thing. So many things get rumored right now and talked about before it's actually officially confirmed that there's not all that many changes that happen before it gets leaked. But it would be great to see, like, a really big change and a really big move that nothing gets out about it at all, and that all of a sudden these things are happening and, well, things get confirmed, and it's really exciting for everyone to get involved in, rather than things getting leaked and it kind of not being a surprise when things are officially confirmed. But this is well, the following roster they are apparently going to go for, with Gangster here with Exalt becoming inactive. Bam, we discussed yesterday there could be something going on there. Exit, Frosty and Scuba also on the rest of the squad. So let's well, continue onwards into some of this contract stuff. So Gangster says, yeah, it's official. Maybe that's what's going on there. He's, of course, joining this night's roster. But, well, there also are some other ones. So, firstly, this is automatic. Now, of course, automatic, this could be straight up bait, but you could also see a world in which this is true, where, yes, he's leaving Valorant, he's going back to Counter-Strike, he's joining an organization over there, of course, leaving T1 with some questions on their hands as to how they replace him or what roster they decide to build going forwards into VCT 2022. Now, of course, look, whether this is just pure bait, whether he's not actually signed to a team at all, but of course, you're expecting him to sign to a team at some point or another, therefore, you would think, okay, now might be an appropriate time for that to be the case, especially because, well, as Tarek says in reply, and here we go again. They, of course, teamed on Counter-Strike back in the day. I'm sure there's some bait and some back and forth going between these players behind the scenes and, of course, on the timeline as well. But yeah, automatic out of T1, back to Counter-Strike. That seems to be the rumor at the present time for these organizations, how things are transpiring. Nitro, of course, in a similar boat, going back to Team Liquid, it seems, in the Counter-Strike side as well. But this also comes out that most people were discussing yesterday from J1, none other than Sinatraa, right? Because the big question mark I think a lot of people have in the North American Valorant scene especially is Sinatraa going to get on a team for this upcoming season? Is a team going to kind of take their brand risk or whatever? Like, but at the end of the day, definitely one of the most talented players in the North American region. I think at teams, like, at some point, someone's going to have to bite the bullet to pick this guy up. Now, of course, we've been kind of speculating. Could it be 100 Thieves? Could it be another organization? Is a team actually going to do so? Like, because some, of course, of the teams in North America need to make changes, but the likes of Sentinels right now and Envy, they're not making changes, it seems, as of yet. 100 Thieves, T1, those are kind of the big ones. FaZe, of course, being another option, but he also tweets this out. Now, look, I think this is probably just baiting, frankly, but still, as I say, like, we haven't heard anything about Sinatraa going anywhere right now. There's been no particular rumors as to which organization he might be joining that are particularly credible, but maybe, just maybe, like, something snuck through the cracks here of some of these reporters, and we don't have any particular information on the timeline, but actually there is something going on, and he's trying to find his way as best he can back onto a starting lineup. Now, you know, we shall see. Now, he drops a couple of replies here, so like, back to where you belong, like, Renegade Sinatraa, welcome. Like, you know, he's kind of finding this relatively funny. He also drops drops kind of, well, Tarek, for example, drops this in the reply, like thinking that's bait, right? So I think there's a very decent chance it is, probably 99% likely it is bait, but there's an outside possibility that Sinatraa has found a spot somewhere back in the league. We shall see. But I'm sure it'd be great to see, frankly, because, well, one of the big storylines right now in, well, the entirety of the Valorant team, let alone the North American side, and, well, he comes back as well with a kind of, dead face emoji, so maybe finding it kind of entertaining how much traction this was getting and the kind of replies people were talking about right here. But, everyone excited about the possibility. Right now, still content for Sentinels, but it's not out of the realms of possibility something happens in this offseason. Not all that long, of course, to get things absolutely confirmed and set in stone ahead of the new season beginning, but, at some time or another, something probably is going to be happening. Now, this also comes out, I thought was kind of funny, from Zoms, right? So it says that Mom's isn't particularly happy about this, right? Because she, tweets this out, or she at least replies to him with this tweet and says, what org did Jay sign with? D's, D's nuts, you try, cover your eyes out, please. I thought this was absolutely fantastic. So, Mum gets completely baited on the timeline for this one. So, Zoms maybe doesn't have any particular information that he's revealing right now, and maybe kind of indicating that, this is probably a little bit of bait here from Mr. J1, but maybe there is something else going on. And of course, well, Sinatraa tweets this out also yesterday, so definitely hasn't really done too much tweeting in a fair bit of time. So, well, he's obviously been playing a fair bit and tweeting some things out here from time to time, maybe indicating he's looking to get back into business. This is a pretty disgusting shot really across the entirety of the range, but maybe people were looking at this thinking, okay, well, FaZe trick shots, like a bit of an ill cam right here, like get J1 in FaZe, for example, because of course they've got to have a bit of a rebuild going forward as well. Doubt that's going to happen, but still, people are of course keeping the possibilities open in their own minds. Now, just to kind of add to the credence of this potentially just being straight up bait on the timeline, TenZ comes out with this as well, like it's official. You'd imagine he's not going anywhere, even though I'm pretty sure he said he's searching for a property or something in Los Angeles right now, or something along those lines. We'll actually have a look to find this tweet actually, because he said it somewhere, like that he said, okay, quick update, what's happening, looking for places to move into in LA at the moment, and returning home the 23rd. Some, interesting stuff. Maybe that's what the contract signing gift is about, right? He's got a house locked down. But, of course, I imagine it's just kind of jumping on the bait bandwagon that all the pros were getting on board with last night. But some of it, I'm sure, is real. Some of it's probably fake. Like, we've got to try and do our best to decipher which is which. Now, just a couple of things to finish out the video, really, just in regard to the whole North American scene. Because right now, a lot of organizations might well be looking to bring in European players to their rosters instead of North American players. Now, as Ye says, North American buyouts are so high right now, it's honestly cheaper to import players from other regions, saying that a lot of these organizations have like huge buyouts on their players, even if they're not real top tier players. And that's what dapr goes on to say as well. People see the biggest brand player, practically the face of the game and superstar talent, get sold for 1 million and think their 3k follower Andy is worth even a quarter of that. So I think kind of what he's saying here is TenZ, of course, when he got bought from Cloud9, that was a fair bit of cash that went in, like 7 figures, we imagine, going out, well, to get him over there to the Sentinels roster. Now, of course, as a result of that, they might well be thinking, if you're a North American player, okay, our kid we've just brought in, we can give him like a $250,000 buyout. That's going to be perfectly reasonable. The reality is probably not the case. Therefore, a lot of organizations, instead of getting that kid, he might actually be pretty good. Instead of that, they're just going to get a European guy who is actually cheaper to bring over because, well, the buyout's going to be a lot less. And also, well, actually getting him a visa and stuff like this, it actually works out as less than getting some of the North American guys you might well expect them to get. So just another complication, really, to how North American Rostermania is going right now. But I'll do my best to keep you guys updated on it as we go forward in the coming days. But very much intrigued to your thoughts and all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button. Tell the YouTube gods this is a good video. Others like you should see it as well. And help grow the competitive Valorant community. Thanks for watching as always. Take care. And I will see you next time.